You have dry eye and you need relief. Is your eye doctor finding out the type of dry eye that you have? Yeah, there's more than one. When I talk to my patients, I do a thorough dry eye evaluation. I ask them the most important question of when their dry eye is the worst. That one question will set me up for 90% of my treatment. And then we'll determine the type of dry eye they have, the best possible treatments, the best solutions for their specific condition. Let me walk you through the 4 types of dry eye that affect your eyes. Number 1, if you have dryness that is worse at the end of the day, you're suffering from evaporative dry eye. 86% of the dry eye patients I see that are treated in the United States are suffering from evaporative dry eye. This means that they're not producing the oil layer of their tear film that goes over their tears and stops their tears from evaporating. This is very common in patients that are on screens, devices that are staring most of the day. With evaporative dry eye patients, the 4 things that you need to watch out for, that you need to treat with your eyes, are number 1, obstruction. That means your meibomian glands, the glands in your eyelids that produce the oil layer, are plugged up. We have to unplug those glands. Number 2, there's something called a biofilm. Yes, your lid margins can get a film that covers up the glands that stops those glands from secreting. So you have to unobstruct the glands, you have to get rid of that biofilm, and then you have to treat the inflammation. Inflammation happens when you have debris, bacteria on your lids and lashes. The foods that we consume, the medications that we take, the environments that we work in lead to a chronic low-grade inflammation. This inflammation will make it so your cells don't produce the proper type of oils and secretions that you need. If you decrease that inflammation, your tear film will be much more stable. That'll help with evaporative dry eye. In the interim, artificial tears that are specifically for the oil or lipid layer of your tear film will be a short-term solution. But you take care of the obstruction, the biofilm, and the inflammation, and you're not going to need those tears anymore. Now, the next most common type of dry eye is aqueous deficient dry eye. This is what most people think of. They're not producing enough tears. Now, in evaporative dry eye, the comment I get often is, my eyes are always watering. Why are they considered dry? And remember, that's an unstable tear film. The aqueous deficient dry eye patient is not producing enough tears. That's where we can prescribe medications. We have nasal sprays that help you produce more tears. Again, a chronic low-grade inflammation is also contributing to this. Stress can decrease the secretion of those glands that produce the tears, so we need to find out why you're not producing the tears you need to. The 3rd type of dry eye is called mucin deficient. This is a very rare form of dry eye, but it happens a lot with my patients that have a nutrient deficiency, usually a vitamin A deficiency. So we get vitamin A supplementation. We have some ointments that you can use that are vitamin A derivatives that can help you produce a healthier, more stable tear film as well. So we have evaporative, aqueous deficient, we have mucin deficient dry eye, and the last type is exposure-related dry eye. And it's what you would think when you hear exposure. Your lids are not properly sealing. Have you ever been told or been with a friend or significant other that doesn't close their eyes when they sleep? You're like, what are you looking at? That patient is suffering from exposure-related dry eye. Babies are notorious for this, but they're so young, they're so healthy, they have an abundance of tears that lubricate their eyes. As we get older, as life comes at us, we produce less tears. We need more help in finding a way to seal your eyelids more tightly at night will solve almost all your symptoms. If your eyes are driest in the morning, you most likely have an exposure-related type of dry eye. These are things that are easily fixed, but doctors have to ask the right question. When is your dryness the worst? Now realize not everything is black and white or it's one or the other. Most of these are a combination together. Working with a doctor that can specify the most prevalent reason of your dryness will give you more relief quicker than treating it all the same. So go to an eye doctor that will take the time, ask the right questions, do the right test, and help you treat your specific type of dry eye. If you got value from this video, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.